Greetings all the way from South Africa, and as always, it is a blessing seeing all of you again. Joining me today is Pastor Deutschmann from Sofia, Bulgaria, and he was actually the first to register a soul center in Europe. So with no further delay, let's welcome Pastor Ashley.
Thank you very much.
And great to have you here.
Thank you.
Amen, amen. Tell us the name of your soul center and how it all started out.
Okay, so the soul center is called Faith, Hope and Love Ministries. And it started out when I came back to my faith after many years away. And I realized that, God had always been with me. And that reminded me of faith, having that faith, coming back to faith, having the hope. And something very important and close to me is the love part as well. So I knew that had to be my soul center name, Faith, Hope and Love.
Amen. That's wonderful. Now, you were born and raised in South Africa, and you lived for about 10 years in the UK. And now you're living in Bulgaria for the last 8 years. Briefly tell us, what is the ministry dynamics like for you there in Bulgaria?
So Bulgaria is quite different in that they had a very difficult past with communism, where there was the Orthodox Church actually had priests spying on the people. So as a result, what we find is that a lot of people are very suspicious of newcomers in churches. And then we have the other dynamic of international churches where a lot of the pastors are paid. So they automatically are a little bit nervous of working with other churches because they worry about losing their members, and possibly their pay. So it is quite challenging, but also very interesting.
No, that really sounds interesting. And so it's with your soul center, you have quite a diverse offering that you do in your soul center. So tell us a little bit, what is your core focus and what you do through your soul center?
So currently the core focus is providing social media support for ministries, churches. And what I do is I generate quite a lot of social media images, videos, Bible study materials, and I make that available for free because one of the things I found very difficult and frustrating was finding free resources. And CLA was absolutely fantastic because I realized that it is possible to provide free resources if you really want to.
No, that's wonderful. And you know what, I can also vouch for that because, like our viewers might not know this, but we have quite a good relationship over the last couple of years as well. And you have helped me a lot in my own ministry as well. So, it's great to have something like that. And especially, like you say, to having the free resources as well. So that's awesome. So what is your future goals like for your soul center?
So at the moment, we're really just providing support, and it's very much in the background. Like you say, it's not something that, people know about necessarily. Like I do help churches with websites. I do help organizations with their social media. What we're trying to do is we're trying to grow. So we've registered as a non-profit company in South Africa, which is the same as a 501 in the US. And we are going to start leaning into mixing training for leaders that are in business as well as Christian leaders, because I think that a lot of business leaders forget that so many of the things that are sold to them actually come from the Bible, like servant leadership, which is very popular at the moment. That's been around for 2,000 years since Christ, and yet business advisors sell it as something new. So we want to develop a training that we can provide to people that blends secular and Christian training. That's one of our new focus areas. And then obviously growing, our association with other organizations. So, just spreading the word quietly in the background, supporting people.
Amen. Amen. In closing, what encouragement can you leave with our viewers today that made a real life impact in your life and in your ministry?
So for me, something that's incredibly important is prayer. But more than prayer, it's knowing that we cannot just sit around and wait for things to happen. I read a beautiful quote this week, and it says, God is in control, but he doesn't expect you to lean on a shovel and pray for a hole.
Amen.
And I think that's so important, is that for us as Christian leaders, we can't just talk about what we're going to do and say we're going to pray for people. We have to actually be God's hands. We need to recognize that God calls us to do. He doesn't call us to just sit back and pray about things. So we need to be active Christians, not just passive Christians.
Right on.
And lastly, just to say to people, never be discouraged. Don't ever listen to anyone that tell you you can't do something. If you are called by God to do something, he will equip you. He will make it possible.
Amen. Amen. Once again, what a wonderful testimony, and to hear what God is doing and how he's using individuals to make a global impact. I pray that the Lord will continue to guide you in your work for him and supply you with all that you need to bring to full fruition his plan that he has for the men and the women that he entrusts to you as well. So there you have it. Pastor Ashley's Soul Center link in the chats. You can copy it and view it after service and find out how you can connect with him as well. So be sure to check that out. And until next time, love you all and God bless you all.
Thank you.